Go from this to this and learn it in under 4 minutes. First, delete the old cube and then now add an ecosphere. Give it a subdivision of about 10. Then add a displace modifier and create a texture map. Choose Voronoi and set the size to 1. Now decrease the strength to 0.6 and apply Shade Auto Smooth to the mesh. Oh, and by the way, stay until the end to learn how to make different rock shapes with some simple proportional editing. Now swipe up the bottom window and go into the shader editor. Let's go into the shader viewport for us to see our material. Oh, and for this tutorial, I will be using the node Wrangler add-on, which you can find in the edit section. Under preferences, it enables useful shortcuts such as the one we will be using today, Ctrl+Shift to see the node preview. Now create a new material named Stylized Rock. Make some room here and add a noise texture, then a color ramp. Connect the two factors. Now let's preview the node and start adjusting the values. Put scale to 4, detail to 8, roughness to 9, and lacunarity to 1.5. Now we move the white slider to 0.55 and the black one to 0.5. This creates our nice base texture. Then add a mixed color node and choose a gray color. Adjust the plugins. Now let's move up and add again a noise texture and a color ramp. Connect the factors, preview the node, and adjust the parameters like so: scale to 4, detail to 10, and roughness to 0.8. Move the white slider to 0.6 and the black slide to 0.4. This creates the texture for darker cavities. Add a mix color, plug into the factor, choose the previous color, and black and pick overlay. Preview the node again. Now let's make some more room. Zoom in a bit and add an ambient occlusion node and a color ramp. Plug the color into the factor and preview the node. Move the white slider to 0.6 and the black to 1. Check the inside box and put the distance to 0.3. We created our smoother cavity effect. Now let's add a mix color and plug in the values like I do on the screen. Choose a darker gray color and preview the node. Then add another ambient occlusion node and a color ramp. Plug the color into the factor. Move the white slider to 0.75 and the black to 1. Click on the inside box and put the distance to 0.02. It creates our sharper cavity effect. Add a last mix color node and do these connections like me. Be sure to use the screen mixing type. Preview the node and drag the principled BSDF in between. Now onto the last part, add a color ramp and a bump node. Connect them like this and move the white slider to 0.5 and the black to 0.1. Plug the color into the height and set the strength to 0.2. Join the two normals. We now created some bumpiness details. Congrats! Our rock now looks something like this. I'll show you right on how to make different forms of it. Okay, so here I have an ecosphere with a good amount of subdivisions, around 9. It already has the displacement modifier on. What we need to do is switch to edit mode and enable proportional editing. I like to use smooth or inverse square with a relatively large size, such as 2.5. Then, we select single vertices and start dragging them around. I personally don't really like the shape they turn into when moved along the z-axis, so I avoid that. And that's it! Here is your rock. As final tips, if the mesh looks odd after the displacement modifier, try it again after applying some more subdivisions. Also, you can definitely change some of the values and colors of the shader to get what suits your design the best.